everyone, this is Inna with Innichkachef and welcome to my kitchen. Today in episode we are making super delicious dish. It's so yummy. It's from my childhood. It's Ukraine, actually Crimean national dish. They are famous Tatar people for this dish. It's a hand pie filled with meat and called cheburek. And it's going to be fried too. But I will try to make as healthy as possible, and it's delicious. Once in a while, why not? It's so good. And for ingredients we need good quality meat, and you can use, traditionally they use beef or lamb, and that's what I'm using. I'm using beef. And I just grind sirloin steak. You can buy ground beef, but don't try to get lean. I actually add some beef fat. I had some fat and I just added through the grinder just to give a little bit of flavor. We need some fat. Okay, so if you're buying 85% to 15% of fat, that will be ideal. Also, we need onions, good amount of onions, 1 large or 2 smaller onions. And Tatarian people saying for cheburek is never too much onion, and I believe it's true. That's what gives you a juicy flavor. That's what will melt in your mouth. So we're going to use good meat and onions. And if you don't use grinder, just shred on a smaller kind shredder. I'm not going to do that since I already set up my grinder. And I will link below for this amazing machine. It worked for so many years and never breaks actually. Подожди, когда onion пойдет?
Да, я жду.
Тебе надо только onion подождать. Another ingredient we need, of course, it's a water or broth. And I prefer broth, and I have beef broth. It has so much flavor. It's better than water. It gives much more flavor. But most recipe will come across it's water. Make sure it's a cold, very cold. And some salt and 2 teaspoons of salt. About same amount of black pepper. And I like to add cumin. It's optional, but it's nice to add. This is simple recipe, but perfect seasoning of meat, it's important. So it's close to 2 pounds. I have 1.5 pounds of meat with the fat, and 1/2 pound of onion, and no less than 2 teaspoons of salt. You have to season well meat. So, and I'm using hands to mix all well together. Oh yeah, it's so soft. It's a perfect consistency. And I have to mention, if broth, I showed video a while ago, and I will link below how convenient to make and freeze in small individual, like a little silicone cup. And this broth, you see some fat, which is good, perfect for this recipe. I like to keep in freezer and on hand every time when I make pan sauce or really anything. That little portion of broth, stock, actually it's beef stock. It's a perfect amount for this recipe, or really for any recipe where it requires some stock. So, but if you don't have, use water. Now I like to cover and let it sit in the fridge You can make even day before, just to melt all flavor together, and it will be just better taste. You can do right away, but it's better to do day before. The dough, we need plain all-purpose flour. As always, I use organic, unbleached. I already measured and sieved it. It's the same amount as meat, 1.5 pounds, so it's about 6 cups of flour. And recipe I will link below in description, as always, in details. We need 1 teaspoon of salt, about 1/4 cup. I'm using sunflower oil, of course it's original, but from Ukraine actually. But if you don't have, use any oil, vegetable oil you wish, olive oil, really any. And now it's important to add hot water. I have here 300 milligrams of water, and we need 70 Celsius, which is 158 of Fahrenheit. So it's very hot right now, so I'm using wooden spoon at the moment. The oil gives nice elastic for the dough. It's easy to work, and it's just more stretchy. It's just so nice and soft. It's like a dough therapy. I love to work with dough, and this particular dough is very easy to work with. This dough required a little bit of work. It's supposed to be very stiff. The dough looks 100% perfect, but will be more elastic after its rest, and will knead again. But now it needs to be a little bit rest. So wrap tight with plastic wrap and let this nice, soft, warm dough to be rested for 20 minutes. And 20 minutes later, you can see it's much more softer, it's more smooth. And I'm going to give it one more time, nice mix. Take a dough, like to divide. The dough is supposed to be very elastic, soft, but kind of firm as well, and thin. The thinner, the better. And now try to add the meat. Proportion meat and dough is supposed to be 50-50. So don't try to stuff more meat. It's not going to be better. So about 2 tablespoons of meat. You can use any oil you wish. Grapeseed oil, I'm using sunflower oil that can take high heat for frying. Use any oil of your choice, and gently in a hot oil. Oh yes. Look at the bubbles. Beautiful. Тоже хочешь сейчас.
видно, що after food here.
And here you go. Look how beautiful bubble and dough. They look so perfect. I'm sure they're delicious, but let me show you how they look inside. And traditionally, people eat in Crimea with fermented pickles and tomatoes, and that's what actually I'm going to serve tonight. And I will link below how to make these tomatoes and pickles in case if you didn't check my recipes. Look at this. Yeah, look how juicy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's delicious. Yummy. Perfect combo. Delicious.